Hey guys, it is Tuesday. That means it's time for another episode of the Daily Berg. Oh man, last night was awesome. God showed up, worship was intense and rad, and we talked about hope. We talked about what it looks like in practice to have it and what issues we would run into without it. We talked about how it changes relationships and how amazing it is. Oh, it was just cool. Holy Spirit, what do you want to talk about tonight? You know that God accomplishes things through you. Like when we see people healed, when we're praying for them, we believe that that's God working through us. And in point of fact, it is. But Jesus didn't command it that way. He told us to heal the sick. It wasn't heal the sick and, actually it'll be me healing them through you. That's just developed theology. It's not actually something that's present biblically. And he told us to heal the sick. And that suggests that he believed that we would have the ability to do so. That he expected for that to be a reasonable command. So if there is a human factor involved, I want to make a suggestion to you that practice is okay and failure, while not ideal, is okay. We're not speaking of moral failure. Morality is not a question anymore, knowing Jesus. You do what's right because you love him and you love righteousness. But it's a little silly sometimes for us to be changing the theology of the Bible eisegetically because our experience doesn't line up. Because we haven't seen, the stuff that Jesus has told us we'd see. Or we haven't had a chance ourselves to be exposed to real need to see God come in and meet it. So I want to invite you guys to start practicing. It's the only way it really begins. You step into faith and you step into the gifts of the Spirit not by some invisible God meter that gets filled up because you read enough Bible or you have given enough money or, take your pick. Holy Spirit's present. And Holy Spirit's a guarantee of salvation. So if you're saved, you have the Holy Spirit. And Holy Spirit is going to work through you because it's part of why he's here. It's not always comfortable, guys. That's why he's a comforter. And we won't know what to do a lot of the time. That's why he's a teacher. And sometimes it's not easy to figure out, like you have good options and good options, or bad options and bad options. So you don't just need a teacher, you need a counselor. And he's that too. So the thing that you end up needing to accomplish is not perfection, it's just stepping out and continuing to step out. Because the Bible's perspective on ministry and on encountering God, on the expectation of God encounters, doesn't change because we haven't seen it or because we prayed for somebody and they didn't get healed, or we asked for God to bring in money and we didn't see it the way that we thought we would. And those things aren't fun. But hope, like we talked about last night, hope deferred does not refer to not getting what you want, not getting what you hope for. Hope deferred is when you stop hoping. Now I could get into the theological stuff behind expecting ministry to occur and work in modern times like it did in the New Testament, but I'm not going to bother. Because you have Holy Spirit, and following him, I don't think there's any way to not eventually start doing the supernatural work of the ministry. Because it's just a part of who he is, and therefore a part of who we are. So practice. When you see a need, love people like Jesus, meet needs. Take care of people physically, emotionally, spiritually. Do what you can to lay your life down for everybody around you. Sow yourself well in the soil of relationship and use love to make it grow. That sounds so corny to me, but it's like, I'm serious. Like, that's what it is. You are spending yourself on behalf of cultivating relationships, and the best way to fertilize that ground is to love well. So try and keep trying. Don't give up. Stand firm. And if you feel like giving up, ask for the God who's said that he'll come and give us hope, who said that he'll show up when we need him. And he will. I hope you guys are doing really well. If you have anything that you'd like to talk about or something you'd like to have us talk about, you can leave a comment down below, shoot us a text, email, what have you. Bless you guys in Jesus' name. We'll see you tomorrow.